Welcome everyone once again to another Legion of Races online league brought to you by Tarmac Works, and it's me again, Idris, with Javier.
Hello.
And today we are at Monza in round 4. You like Monza a lot, right? I like Parabolica a lot.
Okay, Monza is going to be very interesting. I mean, the past few rounds I was expecting chaos, but I'm pretty sure this one will be chaotic because, as we all know, turn 1 at Monza is a little bit tricky. You are going very high speed at around 270 kilometers per hour, braking in just a few meters down to, say, I don't know, maybe like 50 kilometers per hour to navigate the first chicane. So that would be very tricky for the drivers.
Yes, it will be very tricky indeed. We have a grid of 40 drivers as usual. So let's look at the pro driver standings. As we know, Avila Bahar is leading in P1 and Fadli Rahmat in P2. Nigel Chua, P3. Now, it's quite a big gap, don't you think?
Yeah, you know, just to take note, Avila Bahar has been winning every single round since Nürburgring. So he's won every single round. Coming into the 4th round right now, things are going to get very interesting because if Avila Bahar is able to get top 6, he will be basically bagging the championship at this round, provided that Nigel Chua also finishes in 1st.
Yes.
So it's going to be quite a bit of a pressure now for Nigel to try and win the race while making sure Avila Bahar finishes below 6, which, as we all know, is quite hard for Avila Bahar because he has been winning every single round, and really the only one that can compete for a championship right now is Fadli Rahmat, his teammate. So we'll see how it goes, because will Fadli Rahmat try to compete for a championship with his teammate? We are not so sure, but we will see in just a few moments' time.
That's right. Let's look at the amateur standings right now. Gugun Wiranto is leading with quite a big gap. Now, in the last race, we did see the amateur leader was running among the pro drivers in the last race.
Yeah, that really explains why Wiranto is P1 in the amateur standings right now. He has been phenomenal in the previous races, which is why he's got 53 points. He's with Java Sim. Fikri Askar is also doing a fantastic job. He's just behind with 48 points. He's not far behind. So, you know, with 2 rounds remaining, with this round being the first round, and of course the next round, which will be the final round, he has 2 more rounds to try and get some points.
That's
so,
right.
Will he be able to overtake Wiranto?
Yes, it will be very interesting, and if we look at the Nations Cup standings, we can tell Indonesia is leading, and as you just saw, Thailand has moved up a place. And some of you might know, Thailand only has 1 driver, which is Thanatip.
That is amazing. You know, Thanatip has been doing a fantastic job bringing Thailand up to 3rd. Thailand is on the podium despite only having 1 driver. Now take note, for the Nations Cup, the top 2 drivers from each country, their points will be combined to make the Nations Cup points. And to see Thailand with only 1 driver in 3rd place, it's really quite amazing to see. But of course, Indonesia is really leading the championship at this point with 129 points. That is crazy, right? With Fadli Rahman and Avila Bahar really carrying Indonesia.
Yes, and also Gugun Wiranto, he in the amateur standings is doing quite well. So
Absolutely.
Indonesia is very strong, but we are now at Monza. Let's look at the qualifying and see what's up.
Here we are. The pro drivers are now starting to leave the pits to make their first hot lap. As you can see, the amateur drivers have already done their hot lap. This is a separate qualifying. The amateur drivers will be completing their qualifyings first, followed by the pro drivers.
That's right, we are looking at Kutubi right now. If you remember at turn 1 at Silverstone, if I remember correctly, there was a very exciting incident which happened. It was almost a remake of an incident that we all remember very clearly.
It was exactly what happened in F1, you know, with the Mercedes on the inside and the Honda on the outside. So that was very interesting. And actually, there were quite a few reactions on social media about that incident as well, seeing how closely it has recreated the incident as in real life. So that is quite interesting. Let's take a look at the timings here. Wiranto is now P1 for the amateurs.
Yes.
Obviously, as you can see, the pro drivers have not set a lap yet because this is their first hot lap. Andy Ngan is P2 for the amateurs. Fitri Askar, who is 2nd in the championship, has now qualified 3rd for this one. And yeah, it seems like the timings are quite close.
That's right. The thing is, I wonder who will lead in this very interesting track. I have a feeling the Mercedes will do quite well here because we do have very long straights. And well, we all know the Mercedes is quite quick on the straights.
Yeah, we've done a few races as well before this. Actually, the McLarens seem to be very, very fast on this track. So I don't think it will help Nigel Tra knowing that the McLarens will be fast on this track. Now, I think that the Mercedes is another fast one, but I think it's got more power on acceleration,
That's
not
right.
so
It's
much
got more
on
grunt for
yeah,
sure.
not so much on the straight because it's a little bit heavier. The McLarens are a bit lower, so yeah, definitely on longer straights, the McLarens are going to be much faster. The Mercedes may lose out in terms of top speed, but for sure on the exits, the Mercedes is going to be very, very strong.
That's right. Now we are just 10 minutes left into qualifying. So far, nobody has really pushed for any timings yet, at least in the professional standings. But of course, Avila Baha is still leading in P1. It could get interesting because there are a couple of drivers which haven't pushed for their best timing. What do you think?
Yeah, I think most importantly is just to get a lap in first. So just in case you mess up, at least you have a safe timing to begin with. But it seems like Avila Baha has already set a really fantastic lap time of 147.0 as we saw earlier when the timings came up. So I think we've still got 10 minutes remaining. We might see the 46ers.
Yes, I do think so also. 46ers, I think is very possible because if you look at the amateur standings just now, Wiranto was pushing a 148 if I remember correctly. That is quite quick already for most standards, but I'm pretty sure the pro class will push and get into the 146ers. It could get quite interesting.
Yeah, I think I would expect that if you want to be if you want to qualify first, you would probably want to set a 46 because quite a number of drivers here, I'm pretty sure, are able to set the low 147s. Well, of course, for the pro class, of course, I think that I think Avila Baha really has to put in a much faster lap time to absolutely secure his P1 position. As we see now, Nigel Chua is getting very, very close, less than a tenth away from Avila Baha. So like I mentioned earlier, Avila Baha definitely has to put in more effort to secure his P1 position.
That's right, Nigel Chua is currently in P2. But there might be a possibility that Nigel Chua might end up in P2, don't you think? I think he is quite talented.
Yeah, we are still waiting for Avila Baha's teammate Fadli Rahmat to set the time as well. From the previous races, we see that Fadli Rahmat likes to put in that lap quite late into qualifying, which would really surprise everyone. So yeah, maybe he's trying to do the same thing again, trying to set his fastest lap only at the final few minutes of qualifying. Quite risky, but also a good strategy because then you are not showing your true lap time for anyone to set a target and try to improve themselves.
That's right. Now, interesting to see Muhammad Kurtubi is in P6 right now, and he's driving the only Honda in this race, in this whole online league. I'm pretty sure that might change very soon, but nice to see something a bit different.
Yeah, we've got a very mixed qualifying grid here. We've got a McLaren in P1. Looks like Alexis Clapano is bailing on his hot lap. He's going off the track to make sure he does not impede anyone's lap. Inigo Anton as well has bailed. We've got 7.5 minutes remaining. Yeah, so we've got quite a mixed grid here. We've got McLaren at the front, Mercedes, Ferrari, Lambo, Porsche. Oh, I'm actually quite surprised with the Lambo one, to be honest. We don't see the Lambos at the front very often. As we saw in the previous races, the Lambo is, somewhere at the back. But to be P4, that is actually pretty good for the Lambo. I think the Lambo would pretty like this track. Oh, we see one of the JMX Junior cars
here. Well, at least he cleared out the track as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think the Lambos are definitely going to like this track a lot, because one thing I find about the Lambos is they like to go in a straight line. They don't really like turning. Now, the good thing about Monza is there are more straights than turns, so that is going to be very good for the Lambo. So I think that explains why the Lambo is a little bit faster on this track in P4. But nope, they have just dropped down to P5 because Fadli Rahman
Just went to P2.
went for P2.
That's right, and you can see the strength of JMX Phantom here. They have been leading pretty much all the way through for 3 rounds already.
This is insane. If you take a look at the timings, the top 3 times are within a tenth of each other. Just goes to show, how competitive these guys are.
That's
Nigel
right.
Chua
Just crossed the line.
just crossed the line. I think he is about to set another lap. His previous lap time was that was his out lap. So this
That's right.
will be his hot lap. Let's take a look.
Check out. Look at who's behind. That could be Fadli Rahman, Villa Baha. Just came out of the pits.
Oh no, that's going to be very bad for Nigel, because the JMX car that is behind is going to be able to make full use of Nigel Chua's slipstream. And
That's
now we know
right.
slipstream is going to be very strong here
Yes,
in
that's
Monza.
true. But the thing is, he just came out of the lap, so he still has to complete that out lap before he goes for his hot lap. So it
that
should
is
get
true.
quite interesting. The thing is, looking at Avila Baha's lap time, he might even cross into the 146s, because if you look at the time, it's 0.82 to 46. So it could be quite interesting when he gets down to it. So now we're looking at Nigel Chua. Let's see if he manages anything quite interesting.
Just take a look at his lines. He's really pushing it here, making full use of the
That's
track
right.
limits here. To go fast here in Monza, I think it's very important to make full use of the track limits.
It is. And the thing is, behind that JMX Phantom car, I do see, or rather I kind of see a 720S at the back, and it kind of looks like Tanatip's car, so it could be quite interesting. He's currently in P5. Perhaps he is trying a hot lap.
Jay Wong is also very strong here. He is up to P4 in the Porsche. He is just 3/10 off Avila Baha. That puts him up to P4, but of course Tanatip is also setting another lap as well. That is 4.5 minutes remaining.
Let's look at the time. There's a race logic right there. Perhaps he will cross the line. 147. He puts himself in P2.
Wow, 147.097. That's P2. He is, wow.
097. Do you see 097? Yes, that was quite significant. Just what? Tenths? Less than a tenth? Second.
0.015 behind Avila Baha. That is
Look at it. That
close.
is pretty much the same kind of time. And of course, now I believe it might be Avila Baha, which is behind him, probably going for his hot lap right now. I'm not too sure which JMX Phantom car that is. Yes, it looks like it is Avila Baha. Possibly he is going for his hot lap.
Oh no, he's gone a bit wide. Look.
Yeah, a little bit wide. He definitely is pushing. I'm pretty sure he saw on the scoreboard that Nigel Chua has gotten himself into P2. That's very interesting. We haven't seen this so far.
He's really feeling the pressure here, but I'm pretty sure Nigel is also feeling the pressure as well. He is that close to Avila Baha. Is he able to end the JMX domination? He is just this close to ending the JMX domination. I think it really is up to Nigel Chua at this point.
That's right.
Jay Wong will be looking to pick up the scraps, if there will be any. After lap 1, we will see in a bit soon.
Yeah,
he is only 3/10 off. He is very close.
That's right. We got about 30 seconds before Fadli Rahmat crosses the finish line. We will see if Fadli Rahmat actually manages to clinch P2 in a bit. Now, where is Nigel Chua? Looks like he's trying. He's trying one more time. Could be quite interesting. Wow, the gap is really very, very close. Now, from the looks of it, he might be crossing the line very soon.
Let's take a look. Making full use of the track limits here.
Yep, let's see.
I think he is starting another lap.
He's starting another lap?
I think he's starting another lap. Now this will be his hot lap. You just take a look at this out lap.
Avila Baha is in P2 right now. The gap.
Oh, Fadli Rahman has overtaken Avila Baha.
That's right.
For P1. Look at that.
That's right. Yes. Oh yes, you're right. I got a little bit confused
the
there.
The timings are so insanely close. Look at that. 0.012, 0.027. Wow.
Yes.
Within the top 3, it is less. Oh my goodness me. I am very shocked. I have never seen. You will only see this kind of gaps in like really, really high-level competitions.
It is.
So just goes to show that these drivers are putting in everything.
That's right, and it just goes to show the kind of professionalism, the kind of skills that we're seeing in this online league. This kind of gap is really quite close.
Now Ilham track here that we are looking at, he is in the Porsche, he is driving for Gamasala, he is P6, he is the second fastest Porsche just behind Jay Wong, who is P4, that would be the fastest Porsche. He is just behind Tanatip, who is in a McLaren. He is 3.381 behind Fadli Rahman. You see the timings are very close. There will be a battle for P4 here. Jay Wong is leading the battle for P4. He is 0.348 behind, followed by Tanatip 0.363, then Ilham 0.381.
Let's see if he makes a difference here. Just for you guys to know that, well, I kind of like the livery of this car. I was trying to think if it was important to say, but I would say partly because when Gamsala at the back looks a little bit like Gambala, which is, well, the Porsche tuner that, well, is a little bit gone right now. But yes, now we are seeing that Fadli Rahmat has made a bigger gap. Now early on,
he is into the 46ers.
That's right. He's now in the 46. He's now in the 46ers. Early on, we saw the gap was just 0.012.
Avila Bahar just built on his hot lap. That will be his final hot lap. That is the end of qualifying for Avila Bahar. I think he messed up there on the exit. So Fadli Rahmat, I would assume, has gotten P1. Will anyone behind challenge and surprise everyone and try to take on P1?
Yep, looks like Tanatip is trying for his last one. Hopefully he can cross the line in time.
Tanatip on his hot lap now, going into the second chicane. Now he's going down into the first Lesmo.
That's right. Let's see if he can manage a good time. The only Thai driver in the online league. He's doing a good job actually.
Now out of the second Lesmo. Qualifying is over, but whoever is still on their hot lap will be able to continue to finish their hot lap. As we see an Aston behind, I think they are trying to complete his hot lap as well. Let's take a look again at Tanatip. He is coming into Askari. Left, clip the curb on the inside. Right, stay on the right. Wait, and clip the curb on the left side. Jumping just over the sausage curb. So you don't want to mount that sausage curb too high, or it will toss your car over to the right, and that will be the end of your lap. But it seems like Tanatip has done a great job avoiding that sausage curb.
That's right, through the parabolic turn right now. Very interesting. Now, just to mention, P4, Muhammad Kutubi. We have not seen the Honda in P4. Now, let's just see if Tanatip manages anything right here. I can't see the race logic here, but 147.46 is still in P7. So, we have come to the end of qualifying. So,
congratulations to Fadli Rahmat for completing qualifying in P1, followed by Avila Bahar and Nigel Tra. That is your top 3 for round 4 of the LOR online league. Qualifying is over. Now let's go for a quick message from our sponsors, Motu.
Alright, we will be going racing very soon. Now, big surprise in the qualifying, Muhammad Kutubi is in P4.
Now that is absolutely fantastic. As we all know, Kutubi had a pretty bad race in Silverstone in the last round. Not very good for him because, well, they have recreated Formula 1 basically, you know. If you watch Formula 1, you would have seen, what happened at Cops, and I think they recreated that as well here in the LOR Online League. So, but Muhammad Kutubi, I think he is coming back even stronger P4, that is amazing. Will we see the Honda challenging the Mercedes and the McLarens? This will be very interesting to watch.
It will be very, very interesting, and if you want to check that out, you can see the replays of the race in Silverstone. Last week. Was it last week? I'm losing track of time. Really.
Yes,
We've been traveling across the world, so it's a bit hard to keep track. But here we are going racing very soon, 40 cars on the grid. It will be quite exciting at turn 1, don't you think?
Absolutely. Now we've got 40 cars going to turn 1. If you were to join a random public lobby online, I think turn 1 is naturally chaotic. Some of the dashboards might be destroyed, may or may not. We will see. They have been briefed to navigate around it safely, but no promises there. So let's go through the grid one more time. We've got Fadli Rahman in P1, Avila Baha in P2. So that is a JMX 1-2.
Lock out
the front row.
Lock out the front row. Yeah, pretty much. Nigel Chua is in P3, of course, in his Mercedes. Muhammad Kutubi in his Honda, the only Honda in this race.
Now we've got a Porsche third row. Ilham Shak and Jay Wong for the third row, P5 and P6.
That's right, and of course Tanatip Kananapalan, the only Thai driver who is he is.
He's the
only one, and he's in P7. It could be quite interesting. He's quite a competitive driver. Now there is someone who's missing actually from the top 10 pretty much.
Oh yes, that is Russell Reyes. He
That's
was
right.
very strong in the first 2 rounds until Misano. I think there was a bit of incident at Misano, and it seems like we do not see Russell Reyes in this round. That would be quite a disappointment, because I think in the first 2 rounds we saw that the 2 people that can really challenge JMX is Nigel and Russell Reyes. Now that Russell Reyes has dropped out, it seems like Nigel Chua is the only one left. But just remember, Nigel Chua has to win this race and make sure Avila Baha finishes outside of the top 6 to be able to defend the championship from Avila Baha. However, if Avila Baha finishes this race in the top 6, he will have bagged this championship in only the 4th round. He doesn't even need to bag any more points in the 5th round. He would have won the championship already.
That's right.
However, that is considering that we are not taking Fadli Rahman into the picture here, because Fadli Rahman is still able to challenge for the championship against Avila Baha, but they are teammates. So will we see the teammates fight each other for the championship? Will we see Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg situation here? It is really starting to look a bit more like it, doesn't it?
It is, and the thing is, we've been replicating a lot of F1 incidents already, so I'm pretty sure it might become quite interesting very, very soon.
You won't be surprised, eh?
That's right, JMX Phantom is very strong, and of course, because of them, Indonesia is of course leading the Nations Cup standings. It is quite impressive, their performance, but as you can tell, it's nice to see Nigel Chua in P3. It could get very, very interesting.
Kutubi is going to be one to look out for. We definitely were not expecting a Honda to be in the top 5 here. Muhammad Kutubi is in P4 in the Honda. A bit of incident in Silverstone, but now we have Ilham in P5 in the Porsche. He also had a bit of an incident at Silverstone. Definitely coming back stronger today. Now we've got Jay Wong in P6 in the Porsche as well. Thanathip in the McLaren for P7. Now Alexis Clapano in the Ferrari. This is one very interesting one, because we do not see many Ferraris here. It seems like the Ferraris are a little bit slow over here. Not sure what happened to the Ferraris, because I thought the Ferraris were pretty quick. I think normally you would see them competing against the McLarens. You know, they are very fast. We all know that the McLarens are fast, but I'm genuinely surprised that the Ferraris are not at the top. But yeah, Alexis Clapano is the fastest Ferrari driver tonight. Sam Reck driving the Lamborghini. The Lamborghini is also another interesting car. It likes the straights, but not so much the corners. That's what I feel about the Lambos. But it is in the top 10. We will see what happens after the first lap, because Yeah, first lap is definitely going to be very messy for sure.
Well, we'll see how it goes, because the thing is, in the last race in Silverstone, we thought that the first lap or even the first corner was going to be quite tremendous, but it wasn't. It actually was quite clean.
That was very surprising to see.
It is also interesting that you mentioned about the Ferraris, because in the last few rounds, we didn't see much Ferraris actually. If you think about it, I mean, we saw Javier Cheng's, or rather Javier Cheng's car, right? I'm always mixing up your surname, but we saw his Italian, or rather
Italian McLaren.
Yeah, we see it from time to time, but yeah, it should be interesting, and I'm really looking forward to see what Mohamed Koutubi does.
Another Ferrari to look out for is actually Mohamed Tasbi's Ferrari. He was doing a pretty decent job at Silverstone, I feel. Well, here we are going around Parabolica. We are about to go green in just a few seconds remaining.
That's right, we are going racing very, very soon, and of course I must read out this tremendous comment from Faiz Aziz, who says, "Here's wishing and hoping the Honda doesn't spin out on corner exit."
Oh, that's exactly what happened in Silverstone.
That's right, everyone's getting ready here. Of course, JMX is right in front. It will be very interesting, and as usual, there's a camera set up at turn 1.
Let's take a look. Will there be chaos?
Let's go, and we are going racing very, very, very soon. And we are off. Of course, JMX Phantom is right in front. A little bit of a tap from
Avila Baha. Very defensive from Nigel Chua. He is pushing Nigel Chua.
He's pushing Nigel Chua almost off the track right now, and we're going to go into turn 1. It looks very messy. It could get quite interesting.
Nigel Chua has got the inside line.
He looks very good. Oh,
Fali Rahman leads the pack here. Nigel Chua on the inside of Avila Baha. He is on the outside now on the exit. Both of them still going side by side. Avila Baha and Nigel Chua.
We have a little bit of mess up.
Lots of incidents at turn 1 as usual. I would have expected that. That is perfectly normal. Although not very nice to see, but perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal.
In terms of the Monza mayhem. Nigel Chua is on the outside.
Well, side by side actually, in Nigel Chua and I believe is that Avila Baha.
Wow, massive respect for these two drivers here. None of them made contact going through that chicane.
Yeah.
Now going into the first last move, Nigel Chua has got the defensive line. He is on the inside out, and it seems like Avila
running
Baha.
a bit wide, a little bit of touching going on, and well, from the looks of it, we don't see the Honda. Koutubi is in P10. I'm not too sure if the leaderboard is being updated as we speak, but it looks kind of messy still.
Fali Rahman now leading the pack in P1. He has built quite a bit of a gap from Avila Baha and Nigel Chua after a bit of a battle between Nigel Chua and Avila Baha. Nigel Chua definitely pushing hard, but it seems like he has messed up a little bit here at Ascari. He has really lost a lot of that momentum. Now momentum is going to be very important here, because you want to set yourself up correctly for the straights. You will gain or lose depending on how you exit the corner.
That's right. Now we're going through Parabolica now, and well, aside from the little incident that we saw in the middle, we will look back at that later on. Fadli Rahman is in P1.
There we go, end of lap 1. Fadli Rahman leads the pack, followed by Fadli Rahman leads the pack, followed by Avila Baha, followed by Nigel Chua, and Jay Wong has moved himself up to P4. Mohamed Koutubi has dropped back from P4 down to P5.
Yes.
The Natif is P6, followed by Ilham in P7.
That's right. There's a bit of a mess up with the Honda, I guess. Tanatif. That's Tanatif, isn't it?
Tanatif that has spun. He has to wait.
Well, at least he's giving way. It looks like he's going to enter the track. Please, no incidents while he gets back on the track. Hopefully he gets... it's a little bit messy right now.
Unfortunate for that.
There's
been a bit of contact with the Mercedes.
That's right, and I think that is Javier Cheng. That's Javier Cheng.
Javier Cheng is on the inside. Okay, and there we go. Tanatif has made it through alive.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Javier Cheng. That's not Javier Cheng. Is he Javier? Oh, it is Javier Cheng.
Yeah, Javier Cheng is in the Ferrari. He is on the left side of the screen right now.
That's right, that's Javier Cheng.
Challenging for the no, I think he is just...
This could get quite messy, because the thing is, Tanatif is now with...
a bit messy here.
He is in between a couple of amateur drivers right now. It could get quite interesting here.
Now Javier Cheng goes right behind Mercedes here. A bit of an, you would say, excursion.
Yes, that's right.
Chicane earlier.
It's nice to make fun of me from time to time. We are back in the top spots of the podium. We are looking at Nigel Chua. He's still holding P3 quite well. Looks like a very healthy gap. It could get quite interesting later on, because the thing is, we know Avila Baha is a very fast driver. Now Fadli Rahmat is gapping him quite well with a 2.5 second lead. I'm really not sure, because the thing is, while JMX Phantom drivers have always kept P1 and P2, we will never know, because they do get tangled up with the back markers later on.
Yeah, that is normally what happens, isn't it? Because they are so quick, but unfortunately, back markers is something that they cannot control. They will have to find a way past the back markers. The back markers are being told to obey blue flags. They have to give way to the leaders. But sometimes there may be a bit of miscommunication. Not sure. Oh, it seems like one of the Porsches is just.
That's right. That's right. Is that Shakil? I think that might be him.
Yep, that does look like Shakil. That is the Masala car. Let's take a look at replay of turn 1 here.
Let's look at the. There's a lot of mess ups. There's a lot of mess ups.
Oh, I think it's caused by the one of the red and black cars. Not sure what car that is. Oh, but there's a
can't tell, and it looks like Mas Wilton actually. I mean, not him causing it, but I did think that I saw Mas Wilton get caught up in all of that. It is a real shame. Back at the front, looks like Fadli Rahmat has built himself a very delicious gap of 3 seconds now. That's quite impressive. But for Avila Baha, he has Nigel Chua right behind him. Now, I'm pretty sure he won't make any mistakes, but if he does, I'm pretty sure Nigel Chua will bag it. Now, the thing is, it's so sad not to see Tanatit here, because from what I remember now, okay, he's in P20 right now. Early on, I saw he was in P21, P22. He's trying his best to get back in the top spots.
I think it's time for the recovery drive at this point, but I think challenging for top positions is a little bit difficult now, unless the front runners mess up, which we don't see very often. So probably some kind of miracle has to happen for Tanatip.
That's right. Now, it looks like there might be a chance that Nigel Chua will get the draft and push on to, really challenge Avila Baha in front of him.
Nigel Chua reaching 277 kilometers per hour.
That's right.
Maximum
That's
down
right.
the
He is very close to 132. Now it's coming out. He might actually do something very soon. It's nice to see though, the Mercedes really pushing the McLaren as of now.
Just to take note, Jay Wong is behind watching all of this. So
that's right.
I think he is trying to wait for the two of them to battle and then try to make full use of whatever is going to happen between the battle between Avila Baha and Nigel Chua. Hopefully they don't make contact, but if they do, and if one of them or two of them spins out, Jay Wong is going to be the one that will benefit from it all.
It is. Now, if I'm Jay Wong, I would take a very good step back and just watch what is going on, because if you see a tangle and you're unable to get out of it, then it's a complete loss really.
Getting very close, right up the diffuser of Avila Baha. Nigel Chua is very, very close, navigating through Ascari.
Yes, I'm literally at the edge of my seat right now, because I do think that something will happen very, very soon with the two of them now going through Parabolica very soon.
Now, as it stands, Avila Baha is about to bag the championship. There is still 22 minutes remaining of this sprint race. There is no need for pit stops as usual, because it's only a 30-minute race. There is no mandatory pit stop. So yeah, you would avoid pitting at all costs. Let's take a look at turn 1. Oh, hold on. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Alright, I think we're going to see the incident with...
it seems like the JMX Junior car.
Is that the JMX Junior car? That is Kurtubi, right? In the Honda, I think.
Yeah, that seems like it. Seems like Tadatik was on the outside.
Yes.
He was trying to close off Kurtubi. I think that does look like Kurtubi's car, wasn't it? That's a Honda.
Yes, that's right.
He was trying to close the gap on Kurtubi. Not sure if we saw him make contact, and unfortunately he has spun. So now he is all the way down in P18.
But he is making progress though. I think he's trying his best to get through with all the amateur class cars in front of him. He has about 3 cars in front of him. But the thing is, Gugun Wiranto will be an interesting challenge for him, because as you know, he is quite quick.
Yeah, Viranto has been driving with the pro drivers in the past few rounds. Kind of getting into the mix here. He has been really phenomenal in terms of the in his category, the amateur drivers. He is leading the championship, so that is very nice to see. Nigel Chua is getting very close to Avila Bahar at this point. Now let's take a look at Andy Ngan, who is driving the other Tarmac Works Moon Ice car. He is behind the Bentley of the Java Sim.
That's right. It looks like, the Tarmac Works guys are really pushing and keeping very close to the drivers in front of them. Now, look at that. I almost thought
Andy Ngan is trying to go
That's right.
for a move here. The Bentley goes defensive, but not enough momentum for Andy Ngan to make a move. Let's take a look on the left side of your screen now. That is Nigel Chua against Avila Bahar, still very close to each other. Nigel Chua doing a fantastic job following behind Avila Bahar. I think really trying to put the pressure on Avila Bahar, trying to force him into a mistake.
That's right. There we go. Andy Ngan is making a move on Gugun Viranto. Whoa, side by side through turn 1 and turn 2.
They are still side by side to the exit. Now going to the second chicane, who will emerge victorious?
They are really very close.
The Bentley is on the more defensive line.
That's right.
Andy Ngan is now on the racing line, but not on the defensive line.
It looks like Andy Ngan is in front, but the thing is, we got a corner, and it looks like Gugun Viranto might go for it. Clean. Thankfully, very clean.
Very respectful there, but unfortunately the Bentley has gone a little bit wide on the exit. This has really messed up his momentum, and Andy Ngan takes the lead for the amateur class.
That's right, but the thing is, Gugun Viranto will definitely put up a fight for him. We will see what happens very soon. Now, look at this. Again, the Tarmac Works team is pushing, and Nigel Chua is not losing that gap at all with Avila Bahar.
Now we have got Muhammad Tasbi here. He is the fastest Ferrari. Alexis Clapano has dropped down to P10, so the fastest Ferrari right now is Muhammad Tasbi. He is driving for Singapore. Singapore is currently 4th in the standings, so he might want to bag some extra points to try and overtake Thailand at this point, because Thailand is... hold on, let's take a look at the battle between Nigel Chua and Avila Bahar. Nigel Chua is
going
on
from the
racing line. Avila Bahar
I do think that there might be an incident here, but looks like it is very clean. Nigel Chua did pull back a little bit just to let Avila Bahar go past.
Great defense by Avila Bahar.
That's right, and I think it is smart of Nigel Chua not to try anything there, because if both of them collide, it could go either way. Someone may not even end up, or both of them might not end up in the podium at all.
Not bad. I mean, these drivers are driving pretty well. This is amazing to watch.
That's right.
Very respectful driving. These guys are, they are professionals. They know what they're doing. As you can see, Nigel Chua is still following behind Avila Bahar. Jay Wong is still watching all of this from behind. So this is very interesting to watch.
It is quite interesting. The thing is, Avila Bahar now with his teammate Fadli Rahmat, the gap is 4.2 seconds. That is big. That is very big. In fact, if you saw in the last race, Avila Bahar had a gap. There was something like that with Fadli Rahmat. Now it is Fadli Rahmat's turn to make that gap on his teammate.
Nigel Chua once again in the slipstream of Avila Bahar. He will want to make sure he carries this momentum into turn 1. Definitely not going to be able to make a move here, but he wants to carry this momentum into turn 1, making full use of Avila Bahar's slipstream.
That's right.
So let's see.
I'm pretty sure that might happen, because as you saw the action, and Nigel Chua's want to take P2 happened at turn 1. So possibly he might do it, but I think the gap is too big, unless of course he breaks very late, but I think that will be quite dangerous. Now, the thing is, we all know that Avila Bahar is quite a fast driver, and I have a feeling the reason why he can't keep up with his teammate is because he has to think about Nigel Chua right behind him.
He has to defend from Nigel Chua, so that is one extra thing to think about. Fadli Rahmat at this point has clean air at the front. All he needs to do is to push in those really fast laps consistently, and that will basically be what Fali Rahman will be focusing on.
That's right. Now, let's see what's going on here. Wicket low. Tarmac.
Let's take a look at Tarmac here. He is in the the Lamborghini. He is moving left and right to try and pressure the guy in front, or the guy in front is Alexis Clapano.
Yes, that's right. Now, the thing is, the fight in the midfield is quite interesting because if you look at the gaps, everyone is pretty close. It could get quite interesting. I'm pretty sure there might be an incident later on here.
Takuma now going into Askari, braking. Now navigating through. Now let's take a look at the battle going on behind. We've got Mazdi Mardini. He is driving the Lamborghini. He has just gone wide.
That's right, he's gone wide. As you would know, the correct word is an excursion.
Yes, he has gone for an excursion round the outside of the first last move. Will he? Yeah, I think he just really has to keep it consistent.
That's right, Muhammad Tasbih, we haven't seen this guy for a while now. Now in P9, P8 actually, he's doing quite well, isn't he? I mean, he is the fastest Ferrari currently. It could get quite interesting, but of course, I mean, the MVP really is Muhammad Kurtubi in the Honda in P5.
Yeah, we have to appreciate the efforts that Jay Wong and Muhammad Kurtubi is putting in here. Normally, we don't really see them up at the front, but Jay Wong doing a fantastic job up in P4. He is right behind Nigel Chua. I think really just making full use of the battle between Nigel Chua and Abdullah Baha to try and keep as close as possible to the podium finishers at this point. I think these guys, I think we would be expecting them to finish in the podium positions. We have seen what they are capable of in the past 3 rounds. But Jay Wong here, I think he will be looking to get that podium position for himself. He has not gotten the podium before, and he will definitely be looking to try and get some of that action. Muhammad Kurtubi in the Honda as well. Very fast driver. He is in the Honda. Normally we don't see a Honda up at the front, but here we are. We have a Honda in front. Right behind we've got Ilham Shak in the Porsche. Another very quick Porsche driver. He has been driving the Porsche really well in the past few rounds. But very unfortunate to see him involved in a few incidents. Very unfortunate. But let's take a look at Muhammad Tasbih here. He is defending from Wicket Low, of course, from Malaysia. He is helping Nigel Chua here to bring Malaysia up in the point standings for the Nations Cup. Muhammad Tasbih going very defensive here. He is moving left and right to try and break the slipstream. As you see, he is going defensive. What is Wicket going to do? Is he going to go down the inside, or is he just going to wait behind? I think just a little bit too far to dive down the inside.
That's right. Now, speaking of course, Muhammad Tasbih and the Ferrari, I did see someone in a Ferrari.
Let's take a look at the replay here.
Is this Alexis Clapano?
This is one of the Ferraris. What's going to happen
That's
here?
right, because
runs wide.
there we go,
and there
wide.
has been... Oh, okay, that is a huge crash.
That's right.
Not sure if that damaged the engine.
Yes, I believe that might be Alexis Clapano because I did see him enter the pits earlier on in the leaderboard. So
yeah,
I
but it seems like Alexis Clapano is out of the leaderboard
so
here.
one Ferrari down.
That is one Ferrari down indeed. Very unfortunate. Now the exit there is quite scary. If you run a little bit too wide, you will be running on the gravel. It gets a little bit bouncy over there. You have to be careful at Askari really. Askari, you've got a sausage curb on the inside. You've got gravel on the outside.
That's right.
You have to make sure you do not exceed these track limits.
That's right. Now we are looking at, Shokat Takuma, who is holding back quite a few fellas behind him. Now he, of course, is the fastest Aston Martin currently, and good for him.
We have a battle for P5 at this point. P5 is Muhammad Kurtubi. He is defending from Ilham Shak and Takuma. So we've got a train of cars here. It seems like Muhammad Tasbih will be looking. Oh, hold on, there is not. Yeah, there is a battle for P5, and it is between Kurtubi, Ilham, and Takuma.
That's right. Now, here we go. We are watching Nigel Chua, who has now a gap. Fortunately, with Avila Baha, it could get quite interesting later on. Do you think? I'm not too sure because I think the gap is growing.
You know, at this point, Avila Baha is going to back the championship. So really, Nigel Chua has to think about something. He has to hope for a miracle at this point. We are 11 minutes remaining. Avila Baha is still in P2. Fadli Rahman is leading the race at this point. Fadli Rahman, will he be able to win this round?
That's right. Now, the thing is, the gap in P1, P2 and P3 has grown. Look at Avila Baha and Fadli Rahman. 5.1 seconds. That is massive.
Yeah, I think Avila Baha is really trying his best here to defend from Nigel Chua. Muhammad Katabi as well. He is in the Honda. He is being challenged for P5 by Ilham Shak in the Porsche. So this is very interesting to see because we don't normally see a Honda in the front. So let's see if it's going to be the Honda power or is it going to be the Porsche power that will prevail in this round. Very, very close to each other right now. I think Ilham will try to make a move at some point. He has got the slipstream.
There we go.
Look very close right now. Still in the slipstream. Will we see a move being made?
Ilham Shah goes on the outside and exits Parabolica.
Could it be on the inside? Side by side round Parabolica.
Here we go. Well, he did a little bit of a mess up there.
Oh.
And of course, Muhammad Kurtubi has managed to clear Parabolica very well. So he is...
Nigel Chua.
There we go.
Avila Baha really taking a very defensive line.
That's right. Defensive, very defensive.
Oh, it looks like Jae Wong has
Jae
just
Wong
missed his breaking point completely
Yes,
and
he
he
has
has just gone straight on.
completely straight,
and he has just destroyed some of the barge boards
Yes.
there. So
That's
that
really unfortunate.
unfortunate there.
Yeah,
not
not
sure
to-
what happened there.
Might
He was
be
that was quite funny to watch because we were watching Nigel Chua and Avila Baha. Then this green color Porsche in the background just go yeet.
Yeah, just decides to go straight through, and surprisingly, he didn't get any penalties for that. Possibly he has found an exploit. Now he has found a shortcut.
I think
maybe
he
he might
send it, send it.
Maybe he might try it again.
Someone told him to send it and he sent it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that was quite
That's right.
hilarious to watch. Oh no.
Okay, here we go. What's going on here?
We've got a bit of action here.
Three-way action going into turn 1.
Nigel Chua now very close behind Avila Baha. Oh, almost making contact there.
That's
I think
right.
Nigel Chua had to back out of it a little bit. Avila Baha now going defensive.
Yeah, a little bit of touching hair going on.
Oh, Nigel Chua is getting so close to Avila Baha.
That's right.
I think Avila Baha is going to be very, very pressured at this point. There is 8 minutes remaining. I think Avila Baha is the one that has more to lose at this point because all he needs to do is to finish in the top 6 and
That's
he
right.
will win this championship provided that Nigel doesn't finish the race in P1 and well Nigel is in P3 at this point. So really Avila Baha just needs to not spin.
Not spin, that's
not
for sure,
spin.
and not tangle with back markers. Now, I just saw a blue flag. We are 8 minutes left into the race, and look at that's
what?
kind of cool. That's kind of cool. We have a little bit of
Okay,
a
it seems like
shortcut
the
going on.
drivers are now exploring their own racing lines.
Yes, I think they have taken the word from me, which is excursion in their racecraft, and that was quite interesting. Literally, the two of them followed each other into.
Yeah, I think they got a little bit confused by the back marker there because the back marker,
Yes.
the back markers are supposed to give way
That's
cleanly, but they've just Let's take a look
There
at what
we
happened
go.
here. Oh, that is Workit and Tasby. They have
Yeah,
just
a little bit of a mess up there.
unfortunate. Whoa! I think we've got. I think that was Masvi.
That's right. Okay, look at what's going on. We have a back marker already. This could get quite interesting. The back marker has to give way. I'm not too sure if that's going to happen anytime soon. He might make it difficult for everyone here.
As we saw in the past few rounds, Nigel is already,
He's already flashing his
lights. He
lights.
is frustrated because he wants to battle for the position
That's
with
right.
Avila Baha, but
It could get very dangerous, and Jae Wong's right behind.
no.
Jae Wong is right behind.
We've got a back marker in the way.
That's right, and because of that, look at the gap that Nigel Chua has right now. It's hundreds of seconds.
Oh no, it seems like Jae Wong is getting stuck behind that back marker as well. We are seeing back markers quite early on. Normally we would see them on like the second last lap or the last lap. But we are already seeing back markers at this stage. So, well, goes to show that there is quite a bit of a pace difference here.
That's right.
Nigel is still behind Avila Bahar. Wow.
Now, the thing is, I don't know what's going to happen in the next corner.
How are
Turn
these
one.
drivers so close to each other?
That's right, and perhaps Nigel Shaw might try something over here. It could get quite interesting. He takes the outside. He might brake a bit later. No, he's not trying anything.
Going very, very defensive. I think we are seeing Avila Bahar is really defending for his life at this point. Although he really doesn't need to, because all he needs to do is to finish within the top 6 and he will win this championship. But you know, if you're a race car driver and you are in P2, I don't think you would want to lose any positions at all.
That's
So
right.
I think this is exactly what Avila Bahar is
There we
doing.
go. We have another back marker here. Not the only Honda. I always say it's the only Honda, but that looks like a Honda. Does it look like a Honda? It is.
Look, Jay Wong is still behind after all of that chaos. Jay Wong is still behind them. I think he is really trying to wait for the perfect moment for them to mess up. But provided they mess up.
There we
you know,
go,
then Jay
there we
Wong is
go.
still- oh, looks like Nigel
Looks
has
like
just gone
there is a
wide.
bit of a tangle here. Hopefully, that Honda gives way to the two people who are fighting for P2. Now they have of course, but as you can tell, the gap is getting really very close, and I'm pretty sure in the next 5 minutes they will have to go through more back markers. And look at that.
Well, going a little bit wide
There
there,
we
very
go.
scary, because you do not want to recreate what happened to
That's
Alexis
right.
Capano.
They went wide because there are cars parked.
There are cars
There are
parked.
cars taking a break currently in the race. I'm not too sure what is going on.
Well, Nigel getting very close to Avila Bahar. He has got the slipstream. Wow. The entire race, Nigel Chua has been right behind Avila Bahar, and he is unable to make that move stick. I think he is a little bit of committing to the move and backing out of the move. So
That's
I
right.
think they are not really. Nigel is not really committing to a move as of yet, because Avila Bahar, as you
There
can
we go,
see,
side by side into turn
is
one.
very defensive. We have seen
We are
this
keeping
happen
it.
before.
They are
still
keeping
side
it
by
clean,
side.
and it looks like Nigel has taken B2.
Hold on. Now
Possibly
Avila
not.
Bahar has got
Nope.
the inside line though.
Nope.
They are still side by side. We've
There
got a
we
bit
go.
of a action here. Avila,
Looks like Avila Bahar does have the inside line. There's a possibility that it might come out at the front.
Nigel Shaw has got the defensive line though. Will he be able to defend from Avila
Oh
Bahar?
dear, this could be something.
Side by side.
A little bit of touching, a little bit
Avila
of
Bahar.
curb.
Oh, that's it. And Nigel makes the move. I think Avila Bahar clipped the sausage curb on the inside there. And that is Nigel in P2.
That's
Fantastic driving from Nigel Chua. It looks
That's
a little
right.
bit like what happened in F1
That's
just a
right.
few days ago with Lewis Hamilton right behind Fernando Alonso. Fernando
Yes.
Alonso really
Now,
defending hard.
we have Jay Wong, who is very close also to Avila Bahar. This could get quite interesting very, very soon.
Yeah, I think he has really gained on the two drivers here after that battle. Jay Wong is going to be within slipstream range of Avila Bahar as of this moment. Will he be able to make full use of it though? Will Avila Bahar run away, or will Jay Wong be able to catch up?
That's right, it could get quite interesting because if all of them catch up to each other, we might have a three-way fight into turn one once they clear the parabolica.
It seems like Jay Wong has gotten a bit of has really messed up at parabolica there. We saw him sliding a little bit, and I think that has ruined his momentum going down the main straight. But
Now,
let's take a look at Fali Rahman here in P1.
9.7 seconds from his teammate, by the way, Fadli Rahman. He has some back markers. I'm pretty sure that won't be a problem for him to hold P1 unless, of course, he messes up. Now, let's see what goes on in the next 2 minutes. It could get quite interesting. Avila Bahar might try and fight, but if I were him, I would try and stay in P3 because at the end of the day, he will bag it.
Yeah, he will back the championship at this round.
That's
now,
right.
On two conditions. Nigel Chua, now that he's in P2, he is not going to have enough points to defend from the championship at this point.
Let's look at the fight right here. That's what we just saw earlier on. It is quite interesting. I'm pretty sure they touched. We couldn't see from the other camera. Let's see if we can catch anything from here. Of course, Nigel on the inside. Wow.
Really
Wow. I almost.
squeezing Avila Bahar
Yeah,
there,
that was quite dangerous because the thing is, if it was a harder hit, I'm pretty sure Nigel Chua's race would have been over right there and then.
Yeah, he is defending hard from Avila Bahar, but he made that move stick. Fantastic job.
The thing is, Avila Bahar looks like he's still on an attack, but perhaps he's just pressuring Nigel Chua, because there is no reason for Nigel Chua to hold P2, or rather for Avila Bahar to fight for P2, because as you know, I'm pretty sure the championship is his for the taking already. But Jae Wong is right behind. It could get quite interesting. We only have a minute left into racing.
He just needs to finish this race, and that is his championship done. He has won it, but you know, I'm not so sure if Avila Bahar wants to continue to take risks, because if he takes, you know, unnecessary risk, it might, you know, ruin his chances of bagging the championship on this round. But I think we are on our last lap right now. We have 40 seconds remaining. Fali Rahman has already crossed the line. Fali Rahman is the leader.
We have a back marker. That could get quite interesting, because this is the last lap. This will be the last lap. There's only 27 seconds left. Now, I'm pretty sure that Nigel Chua might catch up to that back marker, and then perhaps Avila Bahar might just get in and secure himself a P2 position, even though he doesn't really need it. Now, let's look at Fali Rahman. He's going through a lot of back markers right now, and I'm pretty sure he is set to take P1 in this race. But the fight is still going on. Avila Bahar is really pushing, isn't he? But Jae Wong is pushing also.
We've got a back marker that just spun.
That's right. Oh no, Jae Wong looks like he's going to try and do something right there.
Oh, is Jae Wong going to go challenge a position here for P3?
Almost side by side.
They're almost side by side, but Avila Bahar has got the defensive position. I don't think he will be able to go on the outside.
No way, he doesn't get through.
Great defending by Avila Bahar.
It is now.
Wait, hold on.
Wait a minute.
It seems like there was a bit of
yeah, we saw a little bit of dust over there.
Yeah.
But here it is, Fali Rahman, who is going to cross the line in P1. Of course, he is leading the race, and JMX, of course, as a team, will take P1 once again.
That is Fali Rahman. He has just won the 4th round.
And it looks like Nigel Chua has enough, a significant gap to take P2. And Jae Wong is right behind. And, well,
wow,
that's pretty much it. Avila Bahar has the championship.
Avila Bahar has just won the championship. I think Avila Bahar has already won the championship, because he has finished within the top 6 and Nigel Chua did not win. So I think that is your championship leader, Avila Bahar from JMX Phantom.
That's right, he has done a fantastic job in the last 2 races.
That is just for now. That is the championship leader for now, because we are not considering Fali Rahman in the picture. But Fali Rahman is still able to compete for the championship against Avila Bahar. So he is the only one that is able to compete for a championship. So it is basically JMX who has won the championship at this point. So we will see in the 5th round, will Fali Rahman try to challenge Avila Bahar for the championship lead? We are not sure, but it is definitely for sure championship it belongs to JMX at this point.
That's right. It is an impressive race at Monza. We saw Nigel Chua finally, in P2. It is quite tremendous for him, and of course Muhammad Kutubi, which is in P5. Very impressive race. I think that just looking at the qualifying earlier on, it was really very, very close.
Yeah, good job to Nigel and Nigel as well. I think this is his first time finishing in 2nd, because we have seen him in 3rd. He was right behind the JMX cars, and the JMX cars have always been finishing 1st and 2nd, and Nigel has finally broken that JMX domination streak. However, it is Fali Rahman from JMX who has won the race. We will see what happens in the 5th round. It seems like that is the 4th round of the Legion of Races Online League.
That's right, this is round 5, Suzuka, which is on August 18. I like Suzuka a lot. I'm pretty sure you like Suzuka a lot. It will be very interesting and, very tight track. It should should get quite messy if you think about it.
Yeah, we are going to Japan for the final round. This is 5.8 kilometers with 18 turns. It is the only track that what do you call this? Crisscross, is it?
Crisscross, eh?
Crisscross.
Well, crisscross, that means there's
crisscross is
like you have to give way, there's traffic light or something like that.
You know, I mean, there isn't a track like that in real life, lah. But if you're taking a look at the track map and you've never seen Suzuka before, you might get a little bit confused. Why does this, cut through in the middle? But of course, it's a bridge. They don't actually cut across each other. So yeah, I mean, we have seen quite a few interesting races before at Suzuka. I have won the race at Suzuka myself.
Yes, congratulations to you.
That was quite fun.
Yes.
But yeah, let's see what the drivers here in the online league will do at Suzuka.
That's right. So, of course, if you want to see the last round of the LOR online league brought to you by Tarmac Works, tune in 9 p.m. on August 18. We will be at Suzuka. So, I'm Idris. Here's JVLI, and we are signing out. Goodbye.